Happy Friday. How's everybody doing? Is it crazy enough for you out there? Wow. I got a really good message this morning. Well, first of all, I did card of the day, the Way of Positive Change, Facebook, Instagram, and Blue Sky. And what did I get? I got the Wheel of Fortune, Fortuna. And so what does this mean? It means what goes around comes around. And you get back what you put out. So if you've been good, like you know you should, then you get goodies back, right? So this is really good for us because we chant, we send positive thoughts out, we do benevolent prayers, we do the most benevolent outcomes, we do prayers for others, we're light workers, we're always thinking in a loving way, sending out warm wishes and helpful prayers for everyone. I know you do because you're a light worker. You wouldn't be here with me. All right, so this means we receive. So open yourself to receive. Now, if you are out and about, you might be very well in the right place at the right time to spot a good deal. It's a lucky day. You might have a lucky guess. You could get a lucky lotto ticket. Don't go cray. Only if someone offers you one, or just do one, or something like that. Anyway, just be cognizant that your good vibes are coming your way. Don't fall into fearful thoughts about what's happening in the White House because he's not doing well. And I got a big message this morning from my guides and angels that there are unseen forces that are helping us and that we need to believe in the universal collective that we put our prayers out to, and know that good things are coming around. Right? This is not going to continue. So I just want you to think very positive. This is the way of positive change. That's how we do things around here. And because positive always works. So I feel like this is good. Yesterday we had the Three of Wands. Christy Nome was given a boot. And today we had the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel good about it. I don't think Trump is doing well. I don't think he's making decisions. I did share in class that, and a lot of people in class are getting that he's on the way, if not already out. And I just want to look and see here. So I just want to see. I had that same voice come and say 42 days, and that was when I counted out 42 days, it came out to St. Patrick's Day. So I'm going to rename this video. Ooh. Trump spirals, St. Patrick's Day, because I feel like that is a significant time of change. So let's just see what happens to. So if you're Irish, which I did not even know I was until I did the genealogy test. Okay, we get some sort of diagnosis here. We get some information here. There's moving forward with the Chariot card. So how does Trump do? Is he getting bad news? What happens to Donald J. Trump? St. Patrick's Day. I have quite a few of the countries. We're going to do a reading on individual countries because of what's happening. All right, so he thinks he's doing okay, but he isn't. And there is an economic problem. And that could be what's happening right now. And there's one female that gives him a very big problem. I think it's that report that we've seen coming, that is actually going to come out. All right, there's our wheel. Here's control. Control is off to the left side of this reading. That's the past in the Celtic cross. That's very important. Yeah, he's having problems with the queens. And this report. This could also be Lisa Rubin, the MS Now senior legal advisor, because she is on the Epstein docs. All right. He's free. He could be free of a job, free of a problem. Well, there's those two. And he keeps saying he's not getting into heaven. Yesterday, he had people laying hands on him. He just wants to be free in his mind. Like he just does. He doesn't want to do this anymore. He feels penned in. And here are diagnoses, consultations. This is when we bring an issue to a person who has skills or knowledge, additional knowledge, to get advice or what can be done, a helpful plan of action. It's something larger than one person can handle on their own. So I feel that he's just set free to talk about curtains and drapes and ballrooms and marble and stuff like that. And other people are having to take over for him. So St. Patrick's Day is a significant timing for whatever reason. That's those 42 days that I got. And I feel that we are already in this time of change. And then a major decision will be made around that time, if not before. All right, so let's just take a look and see how his health is right now. Just want to look to see how his health is right now. Yeah, we're going to ask about Stephen Miller. We are going to ask about him. He's on the list because he's on Hakeem Jeffries' list too. All right, let's see. But clear it out. How is Trump's health right now? How is Donald Trump's health right now, today? Oh, thank you, Square Peg. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's funny, but it's not funny. But I mean, people will be banging drums and tambourines and pots and pans and bullhorns. All kinds of stuff will be going on. All right, so what does this mean? When you get the death card, what does that mean? It does not mean physical death. But what it does mean is that there's significant change. And it's change that's coming whether you like it or not. So if you get this with your job, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to end, but there's going to be change. Perhaps your routine will come to an end, and that could be the change, or the place. You have to look at the surrounding cards. But this is, regardless, this is a change that takes place in his health that cannot be denied, cannot be deterred, turd is the word. And this is something can no longer be kept secret, okay? Because he either tells on himself or someone else tells. So the challenge is how to keep it secret, and can it be kept secret? But she's on her side. She's not vertical, she's horizontal, which means cannot be. And here it comes. And there it is. There'll be an announcement. And it feels like people are already talking about this and how it's shh, close this mouth, control it. Then it comes out. All right, so he's having trouble, and he's just blurting out things. He can't control his mouth. He's just things, and then he just says what he says. Even when and believe it or not, he does have some intuition, and he just blurts things out because he just, like I said before, there's parts of this he just doesn't want to do any longer. He just wants to be free to golf or go play with curtains or, okay. They can't keep him stabilized. So this is usually blood pressure, blood sugar. It can be chemistries, but these are big highs and lows. That can be that can be I'm way up or way down. And there's a doctor right there, and he's going to the hospital. I keep seeing this. So he's having specific checkups. He has to go to the specific wing. The doctor has to hold his hand. So he is, something needs to be controlled here, and they're not going to be able to control it. They have to go to a facility. Now, for all of you that are going to say there's everything that they need at the White House. Well, if everything was at the White House, then he has to go somewhere else, because this is the four walls of a building that tells me, the way I read, that the person has to go to this structure place. Okay. And the doctor's right below it. So we're having problems right now. How they keep it quiet, I don't know. And I don't even know what's wrong with him. But, Pood and G were on that hot mic way back when they were talking about prolonging life and forced harvest organs for entertainment purposes only, I have to say, because I'm on YouTube. And so organ transplants and how they were going to live and how people would live till they're 150. So this must be something that can't maybe be very easily replaced. There's only a few things I can think of. All right. Now, there are so many problems. And he's making problems in Ecuador. And he's making problems in Cuba. And we bailed out Argentina. And then we invaded Venezuela. And now our friends in the Middle East are dealing with consequences, and Europe. So what could go wrong? Okay, so let's just go straight to Stephen Miller, right? Because this is so messed up that they're saying, put the Kurds in there. The Kurds don't trust us. Give them weapons. They end up in someone else's hands. We've bailed on the Kurds before. This is ridiculous. This is not rocket science. That's not going to work, okay? And then Ukraine offers to help us defend ourselves with Iran's drones because they've developed technology. And then, so what does Trump do? He tells India, I'll lessen the sanctions against Russia and you can buy your oil from Russia. And then Russia gets more money to give to Iran for drones, only maybe they'll run out. And then Bissett, Treasury Secretary Bissett wants China to stop buying oil from Iran. I mean, it's worse than a bad Three Stooge movie, right? It's worse than Dumb and Dumber. I mean. Okay. Stephen Miller. It's been a while since I've asked about him. What's happening with him? What does his future look like? Guides and angels, this is a very serious time in our lives. Please, we're asking for the most benevolent outcome, for the most truthful information. Okay, I won't whine, but I am imploring begging. All right, whining a little bit. I whined. Please, oh, please, oh, please. Okay. All right, come on. All right, he has control. At the moment, he's trying to hold on to the control that he has. Now, control of what? He's gathering his coins, so it involves money. But he has a significant amount of control. All right, now, other people are getting angry and emotional and having approaching him with questions and newly formed questions. And they're also trying to get him to do something differently. It's like he was sitting there waiting, going like this, just waiting, looking out the window. How can I create this? How can I make this happen? What is my next step? All right, now people are talking behind his back and he can feel it, which is why he tries to hold on to this control. But I feel like even his emotions, because he feels so, he feels stabbed in the back. So I feel like he will act out. There's the action. So he's going to try something really big. So he's going to either, I don't know if he's going to step into the limelight, but he's going to make some big proposal. It's going to be some really big push. And there's a lot of false words and conspiracy stories and misleading things that with alternative facts, right? Like Kellyanne Conway. Now he knows that he's got to get this point across, or he has to leave. He's trying. This is like a last ditch effort. Boy, is he is such a scheming, scamming, lying, cheating, double dealing. Okay. Now, I honestly think that he will accompany Trump to this hospital, okay? And I think he's going to try to talk to Trump to get him access to something, something, give me some money before I go here. Okay. He wants to acquire something before he leaves because he knows somebody's going to try to throw him out. All right, so let me see. Does Stephen Miller get to stay in the Trump administration? Does Stephen Miller get to stay? Does he weasel his way? Because that, when that magician comes up with the Seven of Swords, it's like weasel, Stephen Miller get to keep his position, or does he have to leave? I mean, the only card that could make that worse in that configuration with the magician and the Seven of Swords could be the Five of Swords and or the Moon card. He thinks this is actually good news. He thinks that others can't see what he's doing. He thinks he can continue doing it, and he can't. He can't, which is really good. These changes are coming, and this change that affects Trump affects him, right? So you have to take the cards that we got before and bring them into this reading. And here's the end of one way and the beginning of a new way. And then he goes back to waiting. And I don't think that either Vance or Rubio, I don't think the other people want him around, because he creates and sows such dissension. You know, it really is something. And then see, he's going to leave. He will leave. So how do I know he's going to leave? This is the same card that we got for Marjorie Taylor Greene, Matt Gaetz, right? Biden. This is, I leave of my own accord because other people don't want me. There's change and I have to go. Or facts come out, other facts. Yeah. And then he tries to take it all with him, you know? Oh, yeah, there he goes. Now, I don't have the world card yet, but he's whoo, man alive. So he's going to try to escape. And I think the walls are coming. This is the best thing that we could ever possibly see. So I just want you to, I want you to stay calm and remember this, because his life is getting ready to change in a huge way that he cannot stop. And everything that he didn't want to be seen will be seen. And everyone will know what he's done. And he's going to have to leave. Okay. And he may be causing Trump, he may actually be adding to Trump's not well-being, if you know what I, as Becca would say, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. That's what she said. All right. Okay. And Hakeem Jeffrey says he's going after him. So he may, you know, Hakeem Jeffrey says he's going after Stephen Miller and Pam Bondi. So let's just throw her in there, because I want to take another look. Don't worry. I couldn't be more sure. I couldn't be more sure of Stephen Miller leaving. Okay. And he's going to try to sneak out with something. Pam Bondi, is she in as much trouble as I think she's in? Well, we had all the good speakers at the Jesse Jackson celebration of life. Obama, Biden is speaking. Okay. So she has already lost her power at the last issue when she was on camera with the 50,000. The Dow, and the Dow isn't at 50 right now. Well, so I don't want you to worry about her either. The audio is out? Can't hear me. No sound. Audio is back? It came back. Okay, maybe. Okay. All right, I won't put the, okay. Okay, so anyway, the Epstein survivors are going to come after Pam Bondi, and she's not going to be able to get out of it. There's a court hearing, and she's going to have a giant problem. Okay. Okay, so just don't worry about Pam Bondi. The girls are coming after her. She's not going to keep the same position she has now. She's got a big trial coming up. She had the emperor and the justice, lady justice, and then the girls are there, and then the devil. So it's okay. Now tell me that you can hear me again. I can't handle it. We have sound. I can't handle it. Okay. Okay, so don't worry. Do not worry. All right. I want to see. Yes, we can hear you. Okay, thank you, Cindy. All right, I want to see if Ukraine is okay. Is Ukraine okay? I'm going to go straight to the most important questions in case I lose you again. I'm afraid. Okay. Ukraine is okay. Okay. There's a big battle for a specific area that's coming up real quick. And I don't like it that he's helped double deal in Trump. You know, he's trying to help him. They're still defending. Oh boy, okay. I don't like that. Okay. All right, strength card, more tax. Okay, so, but, you know, hopefully they're the ones, on a scale from 0 to 10, they're at 7. All right, let's just look and see if they're all right. Okay, don't worry about Bondi. She's going. She's going to get taken out over the Epstein files. Don't worry about it. The survivors are coming to get her, and a federal judge. Okay, guides and angels, please show me if Ukraine stands strong. Does Ukraine stand strong? Do they withstand? Ukraine stands strong. Fighting, lies, deception, a break. Probably they're going to break with the United States, I believe. Okay. They're scared, but they can move forward. This is very difficult. They've been taken advantage of, but I feel like they're doing okay. They're getting help. It's going to take them and others, and they'll be okay. All right. All right. Thank you for staying with me through that audio problem. I can't even believe that happened. All right. What happens to the future of Russia? Please show me the future of Russia. We are never going to know how bad it is in there because they're keeping secrets. They are not able to do what they want to do. And that goes for Putin, that goes for the people, unfortunately. Things were better previously. Oh, Putin gets a boost here right now. And then I think the people are gathering together like, how can we get ourselves out of this? Because these are the cards that Ukraine had. See how that comes up? And they don't want to have any part of this any longer. They're like, stop it. They have to come to a decision. They've got to make a bargain. They have to make a deal. So Trump is going to have to make a deal, and the people will have to make a deal. He's going to be forced to make a deal, like it or not. I may have to ask. And listen, he is telling Trump, you help me or I will expose you. And he's going to expose him. Lost the sound again. Oh my God. Okay, let me unplug this and plug it back in. Hang on. All right, can you hear me now? Okay, good. All right. Maybe there's just a problem with, all right, let me just see if Putin goes down. All right, is Putin going down? Does he get taken out, put down, put out to pasture? It could be Mercury retrograde. It could just be YouTube's not a real big fan of me lately. Okay. Putin. What happens to Putin? Thanks for sticking with me, you guys. Tell me right away if I lose it again. Please, please, and thank you. The people are making a decision. He's having a problem. He can't get what he wants. What he wants is not happening. He can't get it together here. All right. He's going to have to make a concession, go to a meeting. He's going to have to make a concession. And then he has a problem. And I think a lot of us readers, I know Linda G has seen it, but I think it's almost like the Pood and Trump have the same, they both have health issues right around the same time. It's like 3 leaders go out or go down around the same time. Okay. All right, we're going to Iran. Hang on, you guys. We're not there yet. And Hungary is provoking Ukraine, but I'm going to skip to USA because I want to make sure we're okay. United States of America, we're not, we've lost our fans. Oh boy. Okay. United States of America, how are we going to do? Stay positive, you guys. Stay positive. Don't think. I got a big message this morning. We're going to be okay. Unseen forces are at work. And I got the Wheel of Fortune. So, all right. Sun card. Okay, there's some money problems. Family problems, money problems, corporate problems, corporate dissent. Make sure that you're supporting people like Costco. You vote with your purse. How many times have we held each other up with voting with your purse? There's a Wheel of Fortune right there that I got. Just vote. Make a plan with where your money's going. Okay. Up and down. We already know what's happening here. You're not going to be able to believe anything that you hear right now because Stephen Miller is just spouting alternative facts. It's that same card. We're doing okay. This could be a false offer or offer of peace, or boy, I'm sorry for whoever we're offering that to. We're okay. 9 of Pentacles is on the bottom. Could be a false flag. Oh. Queen of Cups. But we're okay. All right. And we want everybody else to be okay. So now, let me look at Israel. How will Israel do? How will Israel do? Okay, damaging tornado on the ground in Michigan near 3 rivers. I have no idea where that's from, but Michigan peeps, be careful. Okay, Israel is not standing strong here, and they have terrible leadership here. They're trying to be okay. Wow, there's that Queen of Pentacles again. So, I mean, we're intricately together with Israel, and whatever brings Trump down brings Netanyahu to his knees too. And then there's this ruling. They try to get it. Okay, so Israel did not get good cards. So they're going to struggle, and someone sneaks in here. This could be to a judicial hearing, building, federal bit, something's, and this could be a place of worship, a synagogue. I did get that for the United States as well. So I'm very concerned about places of religion. All right. Okay, 3 rivers is south of central Michigan. Okay, so now I want to know, how does the country of Iran do? Are they going to make a deal? Will they get a new leader? Not the Mujaba, Mulata, whatever it was. He sounds scary, but we don't know if we're getting good information. Okay, how does Iran do? Do they make it through? It seems like there's so much misinformation, and we've been led astray so it's so bad, but we're going to be okay, because when the tower comes, it breaks down those false facades of people that we think are a certain way, of structures or organizations that we think, and we're able to see clearly. And that's what the Pluto thing does. And so it's a really good thing, right? Iran is just sort of wait and see what's happening. It's very emotional. They know they have to have a new leader. They feel lost. They feel betrayed. Of course, 2 aces is a change of places. Some people want to leave. They're really bad. Some people think they can stay and it's going to be okay, and it isn't. Some people will just leave. 2 aces, change of places, 8 of cups. Is the sound okay, you guys? Okay. They are going to make it through this. Their army is going to help, or they get help. They're going to be able to. They have what they need to survive this. This is stronger than what I thought was going to be. Okay. Now I want to ask about Romania, because we removed if you are in Michigan, anywhere near the Three Rivers area, if you're in Michigan and there's a tornado somewhere, that means there could be another tornado by that. So please take cover, right? Us Midwest people know that. Okay, even though I'm in Florida, but I came here when I was 14. That was, like yesterday. Okay. I want to know about Romania because we removed troops that we had there. And there's just weird things going on there. Weird things with Erica Kirk and just the whole turning point thing. I don't like that. And there's just, okay. Is Romania going to be okay? There's a problem in Romania. Okay, so keep Romania in your prayers. I just don't feel good about this. And I didn't have a good feeling about the Baltics either, but Bulgaria, I think, was okay the last time I read. But oof. Oh, there's a sneaky, boy, there's Stephen Miller has a link to Romania. I don't know what this is about. Okay, this is not good for them. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. All right. They'll come out of it. There's going to be a lot of change there, but it's going to be really difficult. And I don't know if we hurt them or someone else makes it difficult for them. I don't know how this happens. We'll have to get into this. Okay, sound is good. Okay. All right. Now let's look at China. Now, Xi Jinping is having problems with his own people and his own cabinet, or whatever they call them over there. They want him out. See, 2 tornadoes in Michigan. I felt like I needed to say, wherever there's one, there's another. Okay. All right. So now let's see here. China. And Trump is supposed to go there. I don't think Trump's going to make it. Whoop. China. Okay, there's another. China. How is the country of China? How are they going to do? If you're having nightmares, try to get your hands on. Well, write everything that you're thinking down and put it on a booklet before you go to bed. That will help. And the second thing you can do is put some black tourmaline. Also say prayers. Ask your guardian angel for the most benevolent outcome, for nice, beautiful healing prayers. And then also, if you can get your hands on an angel phantom quartz, it doesn't have to be large, very small. It's called angel phantom or amphibole or amphibole, AMPHIBOLE. It's the same crystal. Those are very helpful for children. I used to keep them in my desk for anyone who came in that was their kids were having or grandchildren were having nightmares. And I used to just give them out because I used to have horrible nightmares. Okay. China is trying to hang on, but I think that they're going to remove Xi. And I think even if he's had an organ transplant, I think they're looking for his replacement right now. They're standing, but they want change. And I feel like he gets I feel like they're going to try to take him out too. I would not be shocked to see Trump, Putin, and Xi just go tung, tung, tung. Why not? Right? Every time they say, hey, T-Barb, every time they say, algol or in astrology or, the rulers' heads and all this stuff, I'm like, yeah, ooh, I got the death card again. Okay, now let's take a look at Canada. Our beautiful, loving Canada. I'm reading for someone in Australia tomorrow, and I'm reading for someone in Canada tomorrow. Canada. How do our beautiful, loving Canadian neighbors do? I don't think they're going to get dragged into it. I think boy, they've already feel like they've done enough. They've been through enough. They've hauled their own load. They're making their own way. They're sort of watching like, what in the hell is going on? Like, they're like, what in the cornbread hell is wrong with those people? Those United States people, what the hell is wrong with them? Okay. They're like, they are not messing around. Like, you do things the right way, or you better do things the right way right now. Okay. All right. They are beefing up their security teams. They are going to try to help people like Ukraine and other people. I feel like that may. I wonder if this is the economy there that just sort of chugs along, but they're okay. They've got Excalibur. Canada has Excalibur. Woo-ha! Thank you, Miss Judy. All right, so Canada, you got it, but something has to be done better. Something still has to make a change. All that they gave up sort of hurts a little bit, but they're all right. Okay. Best cat. I wondered when cornbread hell would, because it is cornbread hell. All right. Okay. Now let's see. Hungary. I wanted to ask about Hungary. Thank you, Susan. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Hungary is provoking Ukraine. They took 9 hostages that were transporting like money cars, like bank cars, like armored cars with money in them that they have to transport. So this is a big problem. So what happens, because Orban is trying to fix there's elections coming and they don't want him. They do not want him. Not with a mouse, not in the house. Too much Dr. Seuss. He has no idea what he's doing. Hungary. Okay. Wow. There's crazy mixed up emotions there. False promises there. But they're okay. They know what they want. They're standing strong. He thinks he can go on and do what he wants to do and cheat, and that they won't see. Ooh, boy, it looks like in the short term, Hungary does okay. But he's trying to pull off this giant, now you can't see what I'm doing, and I'm going to tell you that I won when I didn't. And so for entertainment purposes only, keep your eye on him and what happens in Hungary, because they're standing strong. They think they have it, like they think they have their Kamala Harris or whatever, and then boom. Okay, so then we have to wait for the dust to settle to clear it all out. All right, but they're just going to try. That looks very devious. All right. All right, how are we doing? Okay. Man, thanks for sticking with me through that little audio debacle. Okay, Rand Paul and Markwayne McMullen. They are not friends. McMullen is the MMA fighter that's taking over DHS from Puppy Killer. They don't get along. Markwayne McMullen from Oklahoma said Rand Paul's a snake. He's probably going to challenge him to a fight. How's this going to go? And Rand Paul is the chairman on the board that's going to have the hearing for Markwayne. You know, I just felt like they changed the people around in the circus car, and they just brought out Markwayne. Oh my God. I laughed so hard when I heard who they chose. I just laughed because it was hysterically funny to me. I just kept laughing. No, you stand your butt up. Okay. Oh, somebody's going to make a comment about somebody's. Ooh. Dealings. Markwayne Mullin might say something about it. Somebody took money from a Russian oligarch here, and that's going to come out somehow. Oh, nope. Them's fighting cards. Whoop. Houston, Oklahoma, we're going to have a problem. That's not going to work out good. That's going to pop your popcorn for that one. All right, that is attack. All right. Why would the Turks trust us? My goodness. Oh, okay. Will this end? Will this war end? Are we going to get out of there? What's going to happen? Will Trump end the war in Iran soon? Trump end the war in Iran soon. We know he's not in favor of pulling out because we have Eric and Don Jr. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to go there. Oh my God. Okay. Well, thank you, T-Barb. War ends soon. Okay. Yeah, we're trusting. Listen, I got a great message. If the only thing we get from today, knowing that Stephen Miller's whole tower is going to crumble down and everybody's going to see him without his fake whatever he has, we go with that. And my guides and angels told us this morning to believe in the unseen forces that are at work. Pray, send your angels, ask for help, ask to see, ask to know what to say. You know what to do. And quick changes for the better. All right, so patience is not here. Someone's thinking August, September. Whoa, and then we have a big problem. Okay, there's a big old fight. And this is where Stephen Miller could get involved. All right, so there's going to be a gigantic problem, okay, huge tower moment. And then everybody gets together to try to formulate a plan, okay? And remember, Trump is going to have to go to the hospital. That makes some people very, very happy. Then there's some sort of, and then we find out about it, remember, because these two come together, right? And then there's some sort of offer and a new team gets together and we try to, but the fallout happens first. So keep saying prayers that everyone stays safe, okay? And for all of our ancestral alien friends and universal beings come and take out the drones, okay? And then we're going to have to it's going to get very serious. Hopefully August, September, October, everything gets better. But I feel like it'll get better before that. Let's see if it gets better soon. Will all of this nonsense, will they stop this? This is ridiculous. I didn't ask about Cuba. Doggone it. All right, I'm going to have to ask about Cuba on Tuesday. All right, but okay, well, all of this craziness, will things calm down? And everybody check your weather. If Michigan is having bad weather, then maybe, Indiana, Ohio, I don't know which way the storm is moving. But you guys check your, okay. Trump has to have this doctor's evaluation first. Then that's a big problem that we find out. There's the tower's on us. Here's the meeting. It's not until Stephen Miller is exposed. Somehow, all of this has to get exposed. But I don't think we're far because swords don't take very long to happen, right? So I don't think we're far, but we are to have hope and faith. All right? We're doing good, you guys. Now let's do reading for you and me. People email me. I'm worried about this sound. It's not going to be October, you guys. It's not going to be October. I just read on it. And Trump's having a giant problem before or on St. Patrick's Day. So just hang in there. Keep saying your prayers. Everything's going to be fine. Everybody check your weather, even if it looks like the sky is clear. Biggest tornado I ever saw when I was in Illinois. We were getting ready to go to the grocery store. We walked down the driveway and my best friend's brother looked over and said, asked Yvonne, her mom's name, what does a tornado look like? And she described it, and Ronnie turned around and he said, does it look like that? And he was like, giant, massive funnel coming down from the cloud. What do our guides and angels have to say for you and me? For you and me. Ryan Hall, y'all, is really great. Okay, what do our guides and angels say for you and me? Tellerico, I will do a reading on the true moral character. Let me see. True moral character Let's do Tuesday. True moral character, James Tallarico. I don't want you to worry about him. Don't believe everything you hear. Over half of what we're being told about a lot of stuff is not true. It's much worse than you think. It is much, much, much worse than you think. That's why we need to pray and help each other. All right, do everything you can do to hear the call of the angels, to get up, to rise up, to protest, to help each other, to become active in your neighborhood, to help your neighbors every way you can, every single way you can. Trust your intuition. Watch the animals. Watch what happens in Iran. There's the information. Don't stay out of the drama. It only takes one sword to kill. So when this comes up, there's like all 10 here. So we just have to just stay focused. Everything is okay. Change and information will come in so quickly. We're going to be like, where did that come from? Change of direction, leadership, big news coming in here. Big news. Suggestions, offers, information about the Epstein files. But one of the biggest messages we're getting out of this is to watch our animal totems, right? Because we have the familiar cat, the horse, and our page of cups that stands for Mother Nature's critters. They're going to give us a lot of information. So pay attention to the messages from animals and the littles in your lives. Okay? And don't listen, we're not the beggars. We're the givers. That's why we are the light holders, right? That's why we hold the light, because we give. But this is also the beautiful balance of giving and receiving. And sometimes you guys give so much. Let someone help you, because some people actually signed up to help you at this part of your life, that they want to give something to you. So let them fulfill their obligation if that's the way you need to think about it. All right. This is this true loving balance of giving and receiving, giving and the ability to receive. Okay. And sometimes this can be spiritually, and this is listening to a friend, but I just think it's really important that we watch and we get the messages from our littles and Mother Nature's critters. That is what the message is. Absolutely. Here come the messages. Watch what the animals do and the younger kids. Okay? All right. Much love to you. Thank you so much for hanging with me. It means so much to me. Please hit the like button and subscribe. I have readings available end of March into April. I'm so grateful that you stayed with me through the loss of the audio and let me know. Thank you. Take care. Don't worry.